Hello and welcome to, well, my Warcraft Guild's version of the Hunger Games, where using this Hunger Games generator, we have a little fun to see which one of our characters would survive the Hunger Games. So from our made-up District 1, we have Big Toad Freak and Krogmada. District 2, we have Aki Panda and Bjor Barker. I never remember how to say that first part correctly, so I just call him Barker. Then we have Barath and Immortal Rose from District 3. Kieran and Exleal from 4. Cup of Cakes teamed up with Tirsa. Kyo is teamed up with Raid Wiper, who probably has no skill at killing everyone he's teamed up with, so watch out. We have Nomely teaming up with Priesty. We just call her by her nickname because no one knows how to say her real name, even the person who made it. Then we have Tychus teamed up with Minipick. Danyok teamed up with Mini Toad Freak. The Mage 304 teamed up with Masked Maiden. And because I didn't have enough takers, we have Prince Anduin teamed up with Basic Campfire. If you get the reference, 3 points for you. If you don't, Gryffindor's losing more points. And then Zodon teamed up with Hoopla. Let us proceed. The tributes stand at their podiums and the horn sound. Campfire runs away from the cornucopia. Masked Maiden catches Cup of Cakes off guard and kills... Wow. Really? You killed him right away? Wow. That was fast. They didn't even get to the cornucopia and she just takes him out. Let's see. Immortal Rose runs away. Zodon grabs a shield. Exleal runs away. Priesty takes a handful of throwing knives. Anduin runs away. Tychus, or Tyrone as his nickname is, runs away from the cornucopia. Aki Panda runs away. Barker rips a mace out of Kyo's hands. Raid Wiper runs away. Big Toad Freak runs away. Barath runs away. The Mage runs away. Minipick also runs away. Mini Toad runs away. Danyok runs away. Tirsa grabs a shield. Nomely takes a sickle from inside. Krogmada rips a mace out of Kieran's hands. And Hoopla grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Good move, Hoopla. Proceed to day 1. Barath, Mini Toad Freak, Tirsa, and Kieran raid Danyok camp while he's hunting. 4 people at one guy's camp on the first day. How do you have a camp? Danyok, how on earth do you have a camp already? Hoopla, Mini Toad Freak, and Aki Panda hunt for others. Tyrone runs away from Anduin. Exleal diverts Kryo's attention to run away. Krogmada questions his sanity. You just started. You cannot be crazy already. You just started. Raid Wiper searches for water source. Oh goddamn, is he gonna win? He's gonna win because so far he's done the most rational thing. Aside from Danyok, who somehow has a camp ready for him. Nomely pushes the mage off a cliff during a knife fight. They had knives? They both had knives. Why weren't you using your sickle? I mean, sure, you won, but why weren't you using that already? The mage, or Masked Maiden, camouflages herself in the bushes. Barker tends to Minipick's wound. How are you hurt? This is the first day and you're hurt. Okay. Zodon picks You're picking flowers? Zodon is picking flowers. Campfire tries to spear fish with a trident. You're on fire, and you're immediately going for water. And Immortal Rose tends to Priesty's wounds. So Cup of Cakes and the Mage are dead. Minipick sets off an explosion of killing Krogmada, Kieran, Exile, and Anduin. Where did you get that explosive? Okay, so 4 of you are dead already from the first night. Tirsa sees a fire, but stays hidden. Yeah, you don't want campfire seeing you. Tyrone sings himself to sleep. Hoopla thinks about home. Aki Pandas cuddles campfire for warmth. I think you have a new issue if you're cuddling that for warmth. How are you doing that anyways without burning? So we have Tirsa spying on Aki Panda and campfire, cuddling. Well, we will see where that goes from here. Noli comes quietly. Priesty lets Big Toad Freak into her shelter. Danyak receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Mini Toad Freak comes quietly. Barker, Maiden, Zoda, and Raid Wiper sleep in shifts. Immortal Rose and Creo tell stories about themselves to each other. And Barath stays awake all night. That's a good start. Tyrone fishes. Campfire spears Raid Wiper in the abdomen. Okay, that's something. Priesty and Zodon hunt for other tributes. Tirsa, Nomli, Danyak, and Hoopla hunt for other tributes. Creo receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Barath tends to Mini Toad's wounds. Mini-Pick runs away from Aki Panda. Mass Maiden explores the arena. Immortal Rose picks flowers. Barker receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Big Toad Freak makes a slingshot. So, Fallen Tributes Part 2. Krog, Kieran, Exil, Anduin, and Raid Wiper. Big Toad Freak lets Immortal Rose into his shelter in the second night. Priesty destroys Danyak's supplies while he's asleep. Nomli convinces Tirsa to snuggle with him. Man, you are a player. You knife a guy with a knife even though you have a bigger weapon, and then you get cuddles on the next day. Campfire receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Hoopla receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Barath, Minipig, Mini Toad Freak, and Barker sleep in shifts. Aki Panda convinces Creo to snuggle with her. Mass Maiden dies of thirst. That sucks. Zodon is awoken by nightmares. Tyrone dies trying to escape the arena. You just ran away because you didn't want to find anyone, didn't you? You just ran because you could not put up with actually having to compete. Bad, Tyrone. Bad. Mini Toad Freak receives clean water from an unknown sponsor on the third day. Big Toad Freak sprains his ankle running away from Aki Panda. Is he dead? Because spraining an ankle doesn't seem so bad, but it doesn't say Aki kills him. Immortal Rose kills Mini-Pick for her own weapon. With her own weapon. Okay. Campfire is pricked by thorns while picking berries. How is there not a forest fire already? Zodon stalks Hoopla. Cryo overhears Danyak and Tirsa talking in the distance. Barath thinks of home. Barker searches for a water source. Priesty receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Nomli thinks about home. Arena event? The arena borders begin to rapidly contract. Tirsa trips over a tree rope and is unable to recover fast enough. Danyak survives. Rose survives. Nomli pushes Big Toad Freak into the border while he's not paying attention. Wow, you are just killing everyone, you little warlock. Priesty survives. Barath, Hoopla survives. Aki survives. Campfire survives. Minitov survives. Barker restrains Cryo to a tree and leaves him to die. So you just let him tie you to a tree while you're supposed to be running. You deserve to die there. Zodon trips on a tree root and is unable to recover fast enough. So, on the third day, Mass Maiden, Tyrone, Mini-Pick, Tirsa, Big Toad Freak, Cryo, and Zodon all perished. Hoopla sees a fire but stays hidden. Campfire passes out from exhaustion. Barker loses sight of where he is. Danyak, Immortal Rose, and Minito sleep in shifts. Priesty tends to her wounds. Aki screams for help. Nomley and Barath tell stories about themselves to each other. You're gonna die, Barath. You don't know what he's been doing, but you are dead because of him. Emma Rose runs away from Barker. Minito Freak receives a hatchet. Aki Panda, Campfire, Nomley, and Danyak raid Barath's camp while hunting. Okay, so you survived, but he still screwed you over. He still screwed you over, Barath. Priesty questions her sanity. Hoopla attempts to climb a tree, then falls to his death. Yeah, I'm not even surprised about that one. I was wondering what stupid way you're going to die, Hoopla. Only Hoopla died on the 4th day. Night 4. Barker defeats Minitoad Freak, but spares her life. Really? You tie a guy to a tree, but you can't manage to kill something, but you don't want to kill someone with your own hands. Aki Panda and Noli tell stories about themselves to each other. Okay, now you're going to be the one to get screwed over by Noli. Immoral Rose receives fresh food. Campfire gets a hatchet. Priesty and Barath tell stories about the tributes still alive. Oh no, they just talk about the other tributes. Don't tell him. Don't tell her about Rose. Danyak tries to sing himself to sleep. The cornucopia replenishes with food, supplies, water, and memories from the tribute's families. Rose and Danyak decide to work together to get more supplies. Barath and Minito Freak. Barath sets Minito Freak on fire with a Molotov. Where did you get the Molotov from? Aki Panda decides not to go. Same with Nomley, Campfire, and Priesty destroys Barker's memories out of spite. You bitch. You just destroy his memories out of spite. And then you tend to his wounds immediately afterwards. You just break his stuff, and you feel guilty, so you help him. Nomley searches for firewood. Campfire receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Apparently that sponsor wants you to die, Campfire. You are going to die, Campfire, and the sponsor wants you to. Aki Panda begs Immortal Rose to kill her, but she reluctantly obliges, killing Aki Panda. Oh my god, that is horrible. How could you, Aki Panda? Begging for him to die? Danyak sees smoke rising in the distance, decides not to investigate. Barath receives a hatchet. Minito Freak and Aki Panda did not make it. On the 5th night, Barker and Barath tell stories. Danyak cooks his food before putting his fire out. Immoral Rose and Priesty talk about the other tributes. Nomley overpowers Campfire, killing her. The Campfire has died. Apparently by Danyak, because he's the one that put out the fire, not overpowers. Danyak receives a hatchet. Immoral Rose tries to sleep through the whole day. That's Priesty searches for water, and Nomley spies on Barath and Barker, talking in the distance. Only basic Campfire dies that night. Barath cooks his food before putting out the fire. Danyak and Priesty fight Nomley and Barker. Nomley and Barker survive. Immoral Rose dies from thirst. No, Rose! I mean, that's fine, that's what we're supposed to expect, but why would you die from thirst? You're a druid! Nomley runs away from Barker. Barath attempts to climb a tree, but falls to his death. He did not last long after Rose. So we have Danyak, Priesty, and Rose all dead. And all that's left is Barker throwing a knife into Nomley's head. Barker is the winner of the Guild's Hunger Games. So let's see who has the most kills, shall we? So we have Barker with 4 kills, Nomley with 5, Barath with 1, Rose with 2. Let's see. Priesty didn't kill anyone. Danyak did not kill anyone. Basic Campfire got a kill. No kills from Aki, Mini Toad, Hoopla, Zodon, Creo, Big Toad, Tirsa. Mini Pig manages 4 kills. Tychus, no one. Mass Maiden got a kill. Raid Wiper surprisingly did not do any damage to anyone. Anduin, it looks like no one else got any kills. And that is the end of the Hunger Games of my World of Warcraft guild that I am in.